When would you say you've achieved your goal of being faithful? I mean, what milestone do we have to reach to win this race of living a life of faith? How much church attendance? How many good deeds? How much giving? When is it all enough? Of course, the answer to those questions is that it's not a goal. It's not a race, but rather it's a practice. You know, when I was younger in my faith, I remember questioning the purpose and the rules surrounding tithing, this act of giving 10% of your first fruits, as the Bible says, back to God. And my question centered around where to give this money. And I was torn because on the one hand, you know, the church seemed like it was doing just fine, not really in need of my measly 10%. But the homeless person on the corner, however, could really benefit from what I was giving. And I think it finally occurred to me while listening to one particular sermon at church that it's not as much about where the money goes, it's more about where the act of giving comes from. Is it from a sense of obligation, or is it from the heart, from a place of helping, from a place of thankfulness? Tithing and everything else that we do as part of our life of faith is about the practice. And it's through this practice that we learn. We're not out to win. The goal is to learn how to live better, to represent Him in all that we do. It's what's behind our actions and habits that leads to long-term peace and fulfillment.